Today, I am glad to be with you all. Have an emotional attachment with the Sarda Krishna Homeopathic Medical College, as I have witnessed the evolution of this institution from the beginning, and today I am proud it has acquired the status of Center of Excellence. Dr. C.K. Mohan, who was the founder principal of this college, he has taken all pains to bring this institution to this level. I am glad, congratulate and I am grateful to Dr. C.K. Mohan also. The present principal, Dr. N.V. Sugathan, is hard working and dedicated for its services. And the deputy department is very rich with Dr. Dr. Satish. And the entire team of the college has dedicated service. It is like a repertorial spirit of working unitedly, which has proved to be the best. Educational environment is uniformly maintained right from the beginning, and present webinar is a continuation of the same. Today, I feel proud to present my seminar lecture, Understanding the Need for Acute Condition. Being faced during the present pandemic, I feel we must refresh ourselves with the basic tenets of homeopathic approach. Friends, fever stands in the center, as we need to look at it with intention of finding out immediate response from our homeopathic system. May I have the power PPT to be... May I request the organizer to put my PPT? Put on my PPT, please. Excuse me.
So I'll start your presentation also.
Put on my PPT, please. Next slide. Next slide. Excuse me, next slide please. Yeah. Now, I am beginning my topics with a very big message about the fever. Do not curse fever, for it takes away...
All other participants are asked to mute your mic. Kindly mute your mic.
Okay. It's okay? Yeah.
To kindly mute all others' mic except the presenters. Kindly mute your mic.
Okay. So, there is a big message when we think about the fever. And every time when fever comes, it is not always bad. And many a time it is like a things that is going to help our life, and on several occasions it is also bad for us. So fever, it takes away your sins, as the furnace removes the waste from the iron. Next slide please. Next slide please. Next slide.
Your mic is mute, sir.
Yeah. It is getting unmuted.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Next slide please. Can you move to the next slide, please? Now, fever, what does the fever represents? Very beautiful quote I have selected. It represents the inner rage. It represents the inner rage. This is important understanding, and with this understanding, I will try to take up the topics today with these two understanding that fever are good for us, and it is the expression so we have to think differently for the fever cases. We have to think in its appropriate understanding has to be there whether fever is good for the life or fever is not good for the life. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Now, you are aware of Dr. Hahnemann, who in his FOIL number 239, he has very beautifully illustrated about the scope of treatment of fever in homeopathy. It is and he writes in this FOIL that every medicines of the homeopathic Materia Medica, they represents one type of the fever. Every medicines from the Materia Medica represents one type of the medicine. This is the theme for this medicine. That's why it is we have to take up the case in this directions only, understanding the homeopathic base, where we have to find it out, what we have to select, what we have to. So all varieties. How many varieties? I say there are as number of as homeopathic medicines varieties of the fevers are there. So fever has got the wide dimensions. It has got the wide dimensions, and it can be reflected in this way. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Now, examination of the patient for the fever cases. The first step is individualization, as we all know. The keynotes of the homeopathic are, which begins with the examination of the patient. Our starting point, it begins with the examination of the patient. It is impossible to examine a patient in general and prescribe him for a particular medicine. Before we can select a remedy for a given case, we must first ascertain the patient particular symptoms for which the patient has complained. So form of the disease picture. Form of the disease picture. Disease within a man. Disease within a man. This is the important message that we should keep in mind. Next slide. Finding out the peculiarities as an individual. How he gets accommodated in the present situation. This is very important. His mental understanding, his physical body language, and overall expectations, what he wants. This is very important for us. So this is our objective, to find out the peculiarity, to get accommodated with the presenting situations, mental understanding, physical and body language, and overall expectations. Following the guidelines as presented in Organon of Medicines regarding case taking from FOIL 83 to 104, we have to strictly follow that. Specific guidelines for case taking of the acute cases in these guidelines, and understanding of fever based FOIL on 231 to 250. So all these area has to be kept in mind. This is important for us. After seeing the few patients, a genus epidemicus understanding comes. It brings our attention to particular group of medicines which are indicated frequently. Yet, as every individual are unique, we should keep ourselves vigilant for search of individual medicines beside the genus medicines. Individuality is the ultimate guide for singular medical medicine system. Next, the totality. Hahnemann's overall view. the totality of the symptoms which characterizes a given case being once committed to writing, the most difficult task is accomplished. So when you reach the totality, your task is complete. Next. Dadham remarks, to select a remedy after masterly examinations and record of the case is comparatively easy, but to take the case require great knowledge of human nature and history of the disease. Make haste slow. Don't do it fastly. Disease demands a closer observation of instruction, strict adherence to principle for successful treatment. Next. Useful. Now, history taking in a febrile patient, using the Hahnemann's directives as a framework to interviewing patients. This is the first directive. The most important step in taking a meticulous, detailed history to explore the patient's problem from three perspectives. We have the three perspectives: a biomedical perspective to understand the chronology of symptoms, analyze each symptom and review each symptom to localize the source of fever. Then contextual history, it is very important, and then patient perspective is also important to understand the patient interpretations of the illness. And then finally, the systems review. This is a guide not to miss anything. Any significant finding should be moved to HPC or PMH depending upon where you think it belongs. Next. Now this is the outline for the whole of our case taking. I have borrowed it from the general medicines, and I find that it is very much suitable for the homeopathy system of the medicine. Initiation, gathering information, physical examination, explanations and planning, and then the closing session. So, and between them it requires the building of the relationship and providing a structure. So all these things we have to keep in mind. Initiation, its preparations, we have to how to initiate, then gathering, exploring biomedical, patient perspective, background, etc. Then we have to make the physical examinations, explanations and the planning we have to make, and then finally closing of the sessions. So this is important aspect that we should have in the mind. Next slide. Next slide. Biomedical perspective, presenting complaints of the patient with fever, feeling hot. A feeling of heat does not necessarily imply fever. Rigors, profound chill accompanied by chattering of the teeth and severe shivering implies a rapid rise in body temperature. Can be produced by malaria, sepsis, or lymphoma, or excessive sweating. Night sweats are characteristics of the tuberculosis, but sweating from any cause is usually worse at the night. Next slide. Next slide. Then recurrent fever. Source is often a focus of bacterial infection such as cholecystitis or cholangitis or urinary tract infections, especially associated with an obstruction on calculi. Headache. Fever from any cause may provoke headache. Severe headache and photophobia may suggest meningitis. Delirium. Mental confusion during fever is well described and relatively more common in young children and old age. Muscular pain. Myalgia is characteristics of viral infections such as influenza, malaria or brucellosis. Next slide. Biomedical perspectives, symptoms analysis for fever, verify the presence of fever, true or factitious fever, duration, acute or chronic, mode of onset, abrupt or gradual, progression, continuous or intermittent, If intermittent, ask about the frequency to determine the pattern. Then severity, how it affects daily work and physical activity. Then reviewing aggravating factors, it is important, and treatment received till now and the outcomes, and present associated symptoms. Localizing symptoms may indicate the source of the fever. Next. Respiratory tract symptoms, abdominal symptoms, skin rashes, hemorrhagic, joint pain, constitutional symptoms, weakness, fatigue, anorexia, changes of weight, fever, chills, lump, and night sweats. Next slide. Then comes the contextual history, past medical or surgical history if it is there. Note any blood transfusion or blood grouping, history of dental extraction, circumcision or any excessive bleeding during this procedure. Patient may know that rheumatic heart disease is at risk to develop infective encarditis if not given prophylaxis. Any minor operations or procedure including endoscopy, dental interventions, biopsy, etc. And then history of trauma, accident, time, places, what type of accident, and history of tattoo piercing, etc. Then drug and allergy history, OCT and over-the-counter treatment, vitamins, traditional herbal medicines, alternative medicines such as acupuncture, blood transfusion, and immunizations against hepatitis A, B, typhoid fever, and malaria prophylaxis. Next. Then we have to go into the family history. Any familial disease running in family such as breast cancer, IHD, DM, asthma, arthritis, etc. Infections running in families as TB, leprosy, etc. Cholera, typhoid in cases of the epidemics. Next slide. Now contextual history we will be taking the personal and social history. His smoking history, alcohol history, educational background, family and self-occupation, social education's background, family, social support, financial situations and social classes, home environment, then sexual history, unprotected exposure to sexual partner with HIV, STI, etc. Illicit drug usage, injections and sharing of the needles, etc. Next. Then travel history. We have to be, at the present epidemic, it is very important to know the travel history. Name of the area from where the patient was staying and from where he has come. What he has done there. How long you were there. Did you have any insects bite or contact with animals? Do you take precaution or prophylaxis against malaria? If the patient had been in endemic area, the most common diagnosis has to be arrived at. Presenting symptoms, malaria and etc. has to be observed. Next. Then comes the patient perspective. Always ask the patient how she feels about the illness by analyzing his own analysis, his ideas, his concern, his feelings, his expectations and effect on the daily life. Next. Then systemic review. We have to go for the systemic review. All the departments, cardiovascular, gastrointestinal, respiratory, urinary tract, nervous system, visual, smell, taste, hearing, speech problem, headache, fits, faints, black out, loss, consciousness, and then muscles, genital symptoms and musculoskeletal system. Then totality of fever is scattered. It is scattered everywhere. Concentrating only on fever will not bring any desired results. Symptoms associated has to be understood with causation, expression and the effect. We have to know the cause, we have to know the expression and we have to know the effect. This is very important things that we have to keep in mind. Next. Similimum comes from comparison. Dunham says, the selection of remedy for a case of sickness is a process of comparison. We seek a parallelism between drug symptoms and those of the patient symptoms. Next. Next.
I can't hear you, sir.
Yeah, please next slide. You come to the next slide. Dunham says the selection of remedy for a case sickness is a comparison. Now, opposing the disease state. During fever, two opposite behavior are observed. During fever, two opposite behavior are observed. It is natural to the individual to oppose anything that comes as hindrance in his normal and matter of ease. Thus, there are two different situations are observed in every case. This we have to keep in our mind. In every case, we have the two different oppositions. Example, during heated state, while whole body of the physical body is hot, we can see some specific area to be cold. This we have, if we can look minutely, if we can look at this, we can get many more important. Now I am going with special observations with reference to the repertory. How is the mind during the fever? Like getting anger, there are a lot of the rubrics available in our repertory. Mind, getting anger during fever, and there are some modalities also. Anxiety during fever, aphasia during fever, the aversion to the business, fever during, then coma, fever during, desire for company, fever during, and confusion of the mind during fever during. Next. Cheerful fever during, become loquacious fever, talkative during fever, muttering and brooding and moaning, these are very common. Delirium, delusion, despair of recovery, excitement, nervous fever during, fear, different type of fear arises during the fever. Foolish behaviors are there. Next. Then frightened easily, gestures, there are patients used to make different type of gestures, throwing hands, trying to pushing things behind, like the chamomilla and other patients, Sina. Hypochondriasis, they don't know what to do, what not to, capricious behavior, hurry nature, industrious, they want to do something and doing something makes them happy, irritability, jumping out of the bed, loquacity. These are the important things that we can think. Morose and muttering. Next. Obstinate, becoming very obstinate, usually it is observed in the children. Frustration of the mind, rage, restlessness, rudeness, sadness, sensitive, singing, speech, talkative, and then the speech is affected. Then stupefactions and stupors are observed during the fever. Next. In extreme cases, you will see the suicidal dispositions, rapid thoughts, vivaciousness, and violent fever during, unconsciousness, and weeping, whistling, fever during, weeping, crying, fever during. All these rubrics are available, and with this simply looking at, you can get a better understanding. Vertigo on the physical plane, fall tendency during the fever, head pain, heaviness and inflammations, perspirations, then closing eyes on, vision becoming glassy appearance, lacrimations, pain in the eye. During the fever, there is tears are coming up, pain in the fever, pain in the ears, then nose, coryza, itching and obstructions of the nose. Next. Face, you have to see the colors of the face. It gets changed, and at times different colors you can observe. then aptha in the mouth are there. Water taste and the taste of the mouth is get changed. Water taste bitter during the fever, and mouth taste becoming mouth get cracked. Then mouth discolorations are there. Teeth pain is there. Throat inflammations, tonsillitis, ulcer throat, cervical glands. All these things you need observations. But if you keep in mind before, you can get a better understanding with these medicines. Sour eructations, different type of the pain. If it is related to the gastric, you can observe the sour eructations during the fever, hiccough, indigestions, nausea, vomiting, thirst, then abdomen distensions. These things are observed. Next. Rectum constipations, diarrhea during fever, constipation during fever, dysentery during fever, bladder getting inflammations, urinations are retarded or becoming frequent, urine color type frequency and sediments are there. Then genitalia, male and female, different situations are there. The respirations are difficult, anxious, and you can observe during the fever. Fever, cough during fever, then anxiety, palpitations and pain in the chest. Next, chest, heart, septic fever, there are the pain. Then back, shivering, weakness, extremities, pain, coldness, sleep, camotage, disturb, and dreams. Dreams are very important for during the fever. Then chills, succession of stages, one after the another. Perspiration followed by heat, followed by sweat, or in any of the course that you can observe, it will give you and bring to you a closure specific medicines for the fever. Relapsing type of the fever. Then accompanying symptoms with fever. Then skin, color of the skin, dryness, rough and moist and oily. These things have to be observed. Then we have to look for in the generalities, for the generality chapter we can get the anemia during the fever, abscesses during the fever, apoplexy, cachexia, clothing intolerance, coldness of affected part, desire and aversion for the food, then injury and the pain. Then we have the pulsation, different parts seems to be pulsating. Pulse, we can get very good symptoms during the fever, swelling in the body, twitching in the body, formications in the body, vaccinations, weakness and the weariness. All these areas are very important for us to understand about the fever. And if you can have a very minute observation, and you can get, and it is not difficult to get arrive at the single medicine. And I had practiced in my daily life, daily practice, that it is a very important, very easy thing to follow. Next. Please go ahead. Next slide. Now patience with the patient. Now we have to learn. We have to maintain patience with the patient. It is only our own patience work in arriving in the simillimum. With the patience you can get the simillimum. With perseverance and continued search, we can treat all type of the fever. I say we can treat all type of the fever. Next. So, high fever, the doctor said, sleeping with head on his mother's lap made the road to recovery smaller. This is a very beautiful quote that I have chosen as a closing remarks for my session. Next. I am thanking you with a remark that when everything feels like an uphill, a struggle, just think of the view from the top. And with this you can get a better understanding about the fever. So thank you very much. Thank you for your patience hearing for this seminar. Thank you.